Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. I want to share some amazing virtual reality news videos with you because there have been some pretty interesting pieces that have been coming out this week. But first, I want to say thank you. We've just reached over 1,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys. And a shout out to Kelly DeRosa who won the Doctor Who giveaway. But guys, don't worry, there is still an Oculus Quest giveaway. And if you want to enter, subscribe to the channel and a link on how to do it is down below in the description. So let's just get started on the news because there's a ton of great things I want to share with you. And the first one is Atari Hotels. This is like a gamer's dream. I know some gamers probably do like the fancy lifestyle, but if I was going away and there was a gaming themed hotel available for me to stay at, my mind would be blown. This floats my boat in so many ways. I can't wait. So 8 Atari gaming hotels are being created across America, and it will be packed out with the latest virtual reality and augmented reality technology for its guests. When I saw this, I thought of Blade Runner immediately when Deckard is driving his car through the city and there's that massive blown up sign of Atari in LED lights. Ridley Scott called it years ago. The people behind this are the GSD Group and the Steve Wozniak's Innovation Foundation. That is the guy who is the brains behind Apple's initial product line. They are helping to create this marvel. The hotel will also be home to many gaming events, such as esports events, gaming conferences and expos, which obviously makes perfect sense because then they can have an offering for an all-in-one package where you can stay at the hotel and visit the event as well, which would be great. You could wake up last minute and just drag yourself downstairs to your event. They will also have arcade rooms for you to enjoy as well as gaming-themed bars. I hope that they put little mini Ataris on the pillows as well instead of little chocolates. That'll be in the details. The locations where these hotels are going to be based are Las Vegas, of course, Denver, Chicago, Austin, Seattle, San Francisco, and San Jose. And you may have noticed that many of these locations host big gaming and technology events. It's perfect. It's obviously going to be a while before we start seeing anything, but oh boy, is it going to be amazing when it does. It's just filling the inner child in me. I'm flooding me with nostalgia. And if you want to stay in the know, you can go to the website and sign up for updates as they occur. The next story is the PlayStation VR 2 rumors being debunked. If you watched my last video, you may have saw I had some frame rate issues, but I solved it. Turns out the shutter speed was turned down, so the frames were being affected. But I'd spoken about this rumor that was going around that Sony was going to release their PlayStation VR or reveal their PlayStation VR 2 with the PlayStation 5 on February 5th in New York. But new reports have come in that confirm that this comment was not true. Apparently someone made an error, and all the PR that Sony had done leading up to this pointed to the fact that Sony would not be doing this. They would be releasing the headset way after they had just released the PlayStation 5. It would also be a very expensive launch for people. It just didn't make sense. But luckily for us, when the PlayStation 5 is released, the PSVR is going to be compatible as well. So hopefully it can bring new life into the classic games that we had played on PlayStation 4. Like Resi 7, which leads me on to another rumor on Resident Evil 8, which gets me really excited, and this one seems a lot more plausible. One of my favorite franchises of all time, and one of my favorite games of all time is Resident Evil. And rumors have just surfaced that Resident Evil 8 is supposed to be sticking to that first-person point of view that we had in Resident Evil 7. This was very different to other Resident Evil games which normally take the third-person over-the-shoulder approach with clunky controls, like you would have seen with Resident Evil 2 and the soon-to-be-out Resident Evil 3 remake. But this new perspective did give new life into the franchise. I think it was needed. And with Resident Evil 8 sticking to the first-person style of play, will it support virtual reality again? It makes sense that it would because the game was a great success for Sony. And they've also streamlined the process because the first time round they would have found all of these issues that they had run into that they can now avoid the second time round. It wouldn't be using the new PlayStation VR 2 headset though, as we had just discovered. But the fact that it's going to be backwards compatible with the PlayStation VR first gen, it still gets me excited that I could potentially play Resident Evil 8 in virtual reality sooner rather than later. Please let this one be true. And moving on, we have free, zero cost, 3 BeatSaber songs that come with the next update. BeatSaber posted on Twitter that a new update just dropped on Steam, Oculus and PlayStation VR. There are 3 songs, all from @CaneTech, that's their tag, which is actually known as Camelia, The Earth's Atmosphere, Ghost, and Light It Up are the 3 songs that will be on BeatSaber. They also added a nice little reminder, Rule 18, remember, limber up, remember to stretch. This is BeatSaber madness. This is going to test people's abilities because they were saying that there's a song here that has 8.7 notes per second on average. That's 540 notes per minute, NPM. Not node. But after listening to these songs, it makes perfect sense. They are very fast paced. They are very skanky tunes. Not the sort of thing that your nan will be listening to. But free content is always a plus, so enjoy the songs. And the next story is around automated hand object animations and interactions. And I hope this one solves many issues that I've had with virtual reality, especially the hand tracking on the Quest. So a company called Gleechi had been showing off something that they coined VirtualGrasp. Gleechi develop software solutions to enable natural interactions between humans, computers, and robots, as that's what it says on their site. This VirtualGrasp we're going to talk about is supported by Unity 2018.3 and the Unreal Engine 4.21. What this aims to achieve is to reduce the number of required hand animations that the developer has to implement, and allow for interactions with any 3D mesh more easily. They stated that before, you would have had to configure physics and colliders when you're interacting with objects, but with this VirtualGrasp, that's all automated. You do not need to do that. And on top of that, it's supposed to be even more accurate. I love that they're abstracting away complexity for the developer, so it frees up their time to focus on creating a better game, or stopping us from seeing delays as we keep doing. In the videos though, the VirtualGrasp has been shown off using hand tracking, but it can actually be used with controllers and haptics as well, so you're not limited. You can see them grabbing multiple items any way that they seem to please, and I've experienced games before where I've gone to pick up an item and my hand would snap to a default position. I'm hoping that this will reduce the confusion around hand tracking as well, because trying to grab certain objects is not as intuitive as it's supposed to be. So enabling that freedom for the user to enjoy the world you create and alleviate some stress from the developer is a literal win-win, and a great time to do this in 2020, the year of virtual reality. Now let's talk about a new headset. A pattern has popped up for the new model of the Samsung Odyssey, and it looks pretty interesting. It looks exactly like a fly. The fly is real, Jeff. It's very unusual for us to see colored renders when you have patents submitted, but it's nice that we do. It gives us a better view of what they're trying to achieve. And from the patents, we can see the potential for inside-out tracking, as they have 4 holes here, 2 on the front and 2 on the side, which will allow for better peripheral tracking. But I have a feeling it's going to lack when it's above or below your actual headset. And the headset also comes with a newly updated headband. As you can see, it looks like it grabs the back of the head more, allowing for more weight to be distributed over the top of the head instead of just at the front. Not sure of the specifications or what the controllers are going to look like for this headset to help us gain an understanding of where this is going to sit on the market in comparison to other headsets. I think the virtual reality space is finding its feet now. Before, it was kind of like an open market. We had all of these headsets, but now some powerhouses are making its way in. We've got Oculus and Valve clearly taking the lead in this space. So I feel like it's going to be very hard for a company to weave their way in at this point and compete with these guys. But I'm still interested to see what they're going to provide us. Next, I want to talk about a reveal that's going to be occurring next week. A company called Lynx are going to reveal a standalone virtual reality and augmented reality headset. And no, I don't mean this. This is a French startup company showing off the Lynx R1 HMD, which they're going to be live streaming in San Francisco at 2:30 p.m. on the 3rd of February if you want to check that out and be first in the know. With this headset going to be a virtual reality and augmented reality headset, where technology currently stands, I do not see this being affordable in the slightest. But to see how this headset's going to implement this and how well it's going to implement it is pretty interesting, because this is the future of HMDs, to have virtual reality and augmented reality in one. It's going to happen. It's the natural progression. The AR feature is going to be achieved by using the pass-through camera on the headset, much like Oculus has, but hopefully in better quality and in color. But what I find interesting about this method is that it's going to allow augmented reality to surround you, not just through micro displays that are in front of you. But that's an issue I've had with augmented reality for a while. I tried the HoloLens and I had 2 little micro displays that I had to look at, but nothing around in the peripheral. But by using pass-through, using the virtual reality displays and the lenses, augmented reality should be able to surround the user, which is the best way to have it. I'm excited to see that. The CEO of this company is only 25, so he's pretty young, but they seem really confident, so I can't wait to see what they're going to deliver. Perhaps it's going to be like a 2007 Apple moment when they announced the iPhone and the world changed forever. Probably not, but Might do. And this one, to let you guys know, is about Wishful, the YouTuber, which you may be aware of, is going to take on other ventures, and a commendable one. He is starting to create a virtual reality RPG title. I love RPGs, and to get one with this style in virtual reality is right up my street. The game is called Title Quest. I'll put links down to the trailer and the Kickstarter down below to enable him to create this game, and he is offering a chance for someone to put themselves inside a video game. Even UploadVR did a spread on this, so check it out, guys. Also, Rebuff Reality are going to be sending me their VR Power Kit, which is the counterweight for the Oculus Quest that you stick on the back that also charges at the same time and provides an extra 8 hours of play. So I'll be giving my thoughts on that as well. So thanks guys for sticking around and checking out the VR news. There's been some pretty interesting stories, and I hope you stick around for next time. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.